What is big data? Before we get to that question, we have to ask, what is data? Data is information that can be read and utilized by a machine, computer, or human being. There are multiple types of data, but for big data, we are talking about binary data and computer code. Binary data is data that can be classified into various groups, ranging from the building blocks, bits, to yottabytes, a group so large that it is considered theoretical. Now we can ask the question, what would be considered big data? One definition of big data is really large data sets that are examined for patterns, trends, statistics, and simulations, which can also relate to human behavior and interactions. Another interpretation of big data is really large data sets exceeding a petabyte. Big data is used in multiple fields such as science, medicine, and even agriculture. However, for this topic, we are talking about IT fields and technological companies. Big data is used by companies to improve operations, customer service, and personalized marketing campaigns that can increase revenue and profits. The rule of the 5 V's identifies data into certain categories. These 5 V's are volume, variety, velocity, value, and veracity. Volume measures the amount of data present in a certain subject's database, such as a business. Velocity would describe how fast the data can be generated, or in other words, how fast the input can create information for the computer to read and store. Variety organizes data into unstructured and structured groups, with structured groups being more easily accessed and analyzed, and unstructured groups being harder to study. Veracity shows the reliability of data, and if it's dependable or not. And finally, value, perhaps the most important V in a business perspective, describes how useful the data set is to companies since certain data may not apply to the field which the business works in. Data that is generated in companies varies from terabytes to even exabytes. An example of this is Twitter, which generates about 12 terabytes of data per day. On the other hand, we have Facebook, or should I say Meta, which generates about 500 terabytes of data a day. But none of these companies compare to Google, which generates around 20 petabytes of data a day. Just 1 petabyte of data is equal to 2.5 years worth of non-stop 4K HD movies. Apple has about 8 exabytes of encrypted iCloud data stored in Google and Amazon web services. To put that amount into perspective, it is estimated that that is more data than all the words ever spoken by mankind since they started speaking in every single language to this day. Let's just say cosmic amounts of data are being used all the time. Companies need these large amounts of data to work and continue operating. These companies typically access their data through databases and servers where their data is stored. This data is used for projects, simulations, and of course to generate and monitor revenue and profits. It's all about the money for these companies. Thank you for watching.